guys, welcome to my first of my 12 days of Scrappy Christmas. I'm going to be doing 12 videos leading up until Christmas, and that's not including like design team stuff or any kind of hops or anything that I'm involved in, but this is just for my regular schedule that I do for my videos. And I just thought I would focus on winter or holiday or Christmas themed layouts from now till then. I wish I was doing a December daily, but I don't see me having the time. But I mean, I might give consideration to maybe doing a mini album or something like that, or maybe I'll do one after the holidays and just do like a wrap up of the year kind of mini album, like here's my holiday mini album or something. But anyway, I just don't have I wish I had the time. I don't think I have the time this time around, but I might take pictures so that I can make one or something like that. Anyway, I'm rambling as usual. I am using the American Crafts collection for the most part called Sweather. Ha! Done. I'm all done. No more videos ever, guys. I can't talk. Sweater weather. And I'm going to use other products too and other collections, but I started out with that one, and it's quite similar to, I mean, because it's American Crafts and they also make crepe paper and they also do, you know, the Maggie Home stuff and everything like that. Some of their stuff is very similar, so it's definitely reminiscent of the Fa La La collection that crepe paper put out, and it's also very reminiscent of last year's Snow and Cocoa collection. So the only difference is there's some different colors going on. And what's great for me is that these colors actually matched perfectly with some photos from this particular year, because my son has this blue kind of plaid striped jacket, and my daughter had this red and pink and black jacket. And you don't normally get papers that would match something like that, but this year, this sweater weather collection does. It has pinks, it has reds, it has the greens, it has those blues as well. So it really went well, and I was actually quite happy when I printed out the photos that I was going to be able to use a collection and not have to turn my photos black and white to make it work. So what I did was I had two pieces of that paper that's houses on one side and pink on the other, and I decided to do the pink background. It was the one I liked the most. I tried numerous ones, but that was the one I ended up with. And then I'm using a white paper that I bought from Paper Issues, and it actually has a wood grain texture to it, though it is white, and it's quite lovely, and it's very stark white. And so I cut out the middle, as you can see, of the pink one. You saw me do that earlier, just because I wanted to keep some of it, because the houses are on the other side. So I then cut out a scalloped piece from the other piece of paper that had the houses and the pink, and that's because I needed the full length, so I couldn't use the one that I'd cut out of the middle. And one of the papers from Sweater Weather had its own like scalloped paper, and they were like different lengths and things like that. So I cut that out as well to do two little scalloped decorations on the top of my page, and I did put my paper, my white paper, on a tilt, like on an angle, and just because I knew that this layout was probably going to be a little grid or a little kind of not stiff, but I don't know the word that I want to use for it, but you know, it wasn't going to be, you know, the photos were going to kind of be straight and stuff like that. So because originally I was going to put all the photos together, so it definitely would have been more of a grid layout. So that's why I kind of turned it, and mostly because when I put the white paper down, I did put it down on an angle, but just because I was tossing it on top, and I really liked how that looked. I grabbed, I think it's the We Are Memory Keepers. It's a little heart that came with like a sanding piece that you could use for sanding paper, and then it came with a little blade inside for distressing paper. And I distressed the edges of my white outline paper, and you don't really notice it in the video or anything like that, but I did notice like I can see it when I'm looking at the layout. I do apologize if you're hearing doors slamming. My husband just got home from dropping our son off. He's going to hang out at a friend's house, which is so new to have like kids that are old enough that they can go hang out at friends' houses and stuff like that. It's and they come here, and it's always scary when they come here because that means I have to clean like crazy because I don't keep the house well. Um, anyway, I'm trying to back my photo. I did pop it up on just some fun foam, and I just had to go through my papers and see which ones I liked the best. And I am very picky about my papers when it comes to layering and stuff like that. But I liked these two together. There was that red crispness around some of the photo, and then the plaid as well. And I tend to when I am layering papers behind a photo, I tend to leave like one edge where there's no paper, as opposed to it just being mattes. Like here's a matte, and then I matted it again on all four sides. I kind of like a little bit of, I like to look a little bit different, like that it's not perfect type thing. So that's why you don't always see my papers go around the photo the whole way. I'm using some of the Fa La La collection, and it's from crepe paper from this year, and it's I adore it. It's so cute, but it's all like pinks and reds and a little bit of blues and greens and a lot of gold and stuff like that. So I'll be using it on some other photos that are more in line with that color scheme. But this green one, I decided to back those photos with the green one. I'm not really sure why I did, because there's so much green going on in the photo because they're standing in front of the Christmas tree that we're about to pick. I really hope my husband doesn't open the door right now and he realizes that I'm recording. Anyway, hopefully he heard me say that. But I left it with that, and I did use fun foam underneath those photos as well. So now here's where I'm kind of deciding what I want to do embellishment wise, because I'm not really sure. Originally I wasn't going to put those photos, the little 2 square ones, up there, but I did like it. And then I was going to fussy cut out some stuff from this 4x6 paper sheet, and I had thought about doing it, and then I don't end up doing it in the end. I was going to cut out the trees and the house from the Winter Wonderland 4x6 paper. But instead, I went and grabbed some My Mind's Eye, what are they called? Chipboard. And this is from either a year or 2 ago. And I just bought the chipboard, and I bought the ephemera for the one that's like the plaids and everything like that. And maybe like 1 or 2 papers. And that was it. So I've been using it up slowly because it matches a lot of stuff anyway. So I'm kind of grabbing anything tree related. A lot of them have more of a teal or a mint as opposed to a kind of baby blue that you see in the sweater weather collection. So I think I end up using like the little set of 4 trees, but that's all that I end up using. I don't use the car or the other tree. I pick other items instead. And then I realized that those little penguins were like the perfect color. They matched perfectly with, the kids' clothes. And I had to put the blue one up beside Lily, and I end up using the pink one too and putting it down beside Seth on the lower left-hand side, because I didn't want like a blue penguin next to a blue picture. That's just my thought process. I'm grabbing some of the chipboard trees and that My Mind's Eye chipboard, both of those collections came out at the same time. Like they released more of a woodsy plaid rustic Christmas, which is very, very close to how I actually decorate. But I have this thing where I can't stick with a theme when it comes to decorating. Kudos to people who can. Like I have a ton of like the rustic and the plaid, and I'm just drawn to that type of thing for Christmas, but I'm also really drawn to the Now I'm going off topic again. I'm also really drawn to the color schemes that are not traditional Christmas schemes, like a fuchsia and a teal and maybe an orange or a mustard yellow or things like that. And that's kind of pop. Like I noticed at Michael's, they had different themes this year. They usually do. And one of the themes was a very eclectic bohemian type Christmas. And it had like a dark burgundy, like wine color. And I was in love with it. Beautiful jewel tones and everything. I'm like, oh, I cannot go switch everything in my house to that because I have so much other items. So I like to just kind of go crazy. So when it comes to my Christmas layouts and my winter layouts, it's kind of the same thing. I will mix and match lots of different products just to have something that works together. So those trees looked really good. They had pink in them and they had the blue, and the blue was very similar to a baby blue, and the light green. And then I picked other trees from the sweater weather sticker sheet. The pink car with the wood paneling down at the bottom is actually from the Fa La La sticker sheet. So are those little holly pieces, and then the little plaid label that says keep warm. And I tried to get the special delivery one, which is also from that Fa La La collection, but it just wasn't fitting anywhere that I liked, and it was very cream. And nothing else was really cream. Even the sweater weather collection. I do apologize for my daughter giggling and stuff. They're kind of right outside my door. She's a little loud. uh, they It was a little too off white for me. Not that sweater weather is perfectly white, but I just wasn't really digging it. So I liked that green plaid that said Fa La La. It worked well because I have the red plaid up there, and now I'm just using some of the little like stars and heart stickers that are on the sticker sheet. I'm really hoping that he can get her to calm down because she's probably going to burst into my room at some point. Hopefully, I will have finished my voiceover before she does because she just kind of like, but between her and my youngest, he just like kicks open the door like Shrek at the beginning when it's like somebody once told me, and he just kicks open the door. That's how my son enters my craft room because I can't lock the door. So he's just like, bam, I'm here. Like, entertain me. I'm gonna destroy your stuff. Like, no, it costs so much money. Don't destroy my stuff. Okay, so I'm going crazy with the trees, as you can see, but the layout is about going to get a tree, and it's so disappointing because the place that we used to go to get our trees, they shut down. And I think it was last year that they shut down or the year before. It was the year before. And so my husband found another place that does it, but it wasn't nearly as close to our house as the first one. And it was awesome because you went and you picked out your tree and they cut it down for you, and then they put it in this netting, so it was so easy to get into your house. And then they had cider and like hot chocolate and cookies afterwards, and it was not expensive to get this tree, and they helped you get it on your car and everything. So it was really disappointing when we didn't have that option anymore. Um, and anyway, so my husband found this other place that was further outside town, and they went there not last year, but the year before. And then this year, last year, I should say, Christmas has just passed. Uh, we just went to a tree lot. Now, this year, we're going to be going back to picking out our own tree because my niece was selling tickets to buy trees for her band, for her school band trip. And the place where you go pick them up is the place where my husband found. So we're going to be going and doing that. My kids are so excited to go. They've been asking for a week now when we're going to go get the tree. And they're not even available till Wednesday, but it'll be too dark. So we have to go on the weekend. So anyway, that is my tree story. So we really loved this tradition of going out and picking out our own tree. And I'm really happy that we get to do it again this year. It's just kind of something we really like doing as a family. I started doing it when my oldest was first born, and we were actually living at my parents' because we had moved provinces. So we went and picked out the tree there. for that house. Like we weren't, it wasn't even our house, but we went and did that just to start the tradition. Those buttons, those are little cute red buttons. They are from Fa La La as well. And I decided to, I couldn't figure out where I wanted to put them. And then I decided they looked really cute on top of the trees, like they were little tree toppers. And that way they kind of blended in a little because I like something like if I'm going to do like a visual triangle of 3 buttons for them to blend in and not completely stand out. My 2 finishing touches for this layout is I'm going to use some iridescent sequins just for fun, just because I like it. And I'm gonna have to do my journaling on paper and like print it out or cut it out because you can't write on textured cardstock. It just does not work. So the only other thing I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna use the Heidi Swap Color Shine, and I believe I used the tinsel. So that's the kind of dark silver stuff that she has. And I didn't want to put in gold because nothing else was gold in the layout. So I thought that the tinsel one would work the best. And I really like how it turned out. And yeah, I'm really happy with this layout. I'm really happy with how it turned out. I think it looks really cute. And thank you guys so much for stopping by. Pictures are coming up, and see you in the next video. Hi, Scrappy friends. I have set up a Patreon page if you would like to help to support my YouTube channel, as well as the Minty Octopus shop, as well as getting opportunities to have special Patreon rewards and free products. You can help support by pledging even $1 a month would be amazing. As this is my primary source of income as I try to get lots of new things off the ground. But if you can't, even liking and subscribing and watching my videos helps with the ad revenue, and every little bit really does help, and I appreciate every single one of you for all the help and support you've given me. Have an awesome day. Bye.